You're watching Tag TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 16th of April. India's top court seeks the J&K government's reply in transfer plea of Kathua rape case. Two killed as gunmen open fire outside church in Balochistan. Afghan political parties call for role in election process. Now for all the details, India's Supreme Court on Monday issued a notice to the Jammu and Kashmir provincial government and sought a reply on Kathua rape and murder case transfer plea filed by the victim's father. The Apex Court also ordered security to the 8-year-old victim's family and lawyer. The next hearing on the plea to transfer the case will be held on April 27th.
India's Supreme Court on Monday issued notice to the Jammu and Kashmir provincial government and sought a reply on Kathua rape and murder case plea filed by the victim's father. The top court also ordered security to victim's family and lawyer. The next hearing on the plea to transfer the case will be on April 27.
देखिए जो पिटीशन आज हम लोगों ने फाइल किया है ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट में ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ द ट्रायल को लेकर, उस पिटीशन में ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने नोटिस किया है एंड इट वुड बी टेकन केयर ऑफ ऑन द नेक्स्ट डेट ऑफ हियरिंग. आज की डेट में जो ऑर्डर हुआ है दैट वाज रिलेटेड टू द प्रोटेक्शन, माय प्रोटेक्शन, माय कलीग्स प्रोटेक्शन एंड द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ विक्टिम्स फैमिली.
Earlier in the day, the first hearing began in the gruesome case in which 8 accused, including a juvenile, stand a trial for allegedly gang raping and murdering the 8-year-old girl in January. The girl, belonging to a nomadic community, was held captive in a small village temple in Kathua district for a week, during which she was sedated and sexually assaulted before being bludgeoned to death.
The Honorable Court has ordered the crime branch to provide complete sets and complete copies of the challan by tomorrow. Next date of hearing is April 28, and the accused also requested before the Honorable Court that a narco test should be done, and they are ready for this narco test.
Public anger at the crime has led to protests in cities across India over the past few days. The public backlash erupted after the charge sheet giving gruesome details of the crime was finally filed last week.
Moving on, residents of the illegally occupied Gilgit-Baltistan have been reeling under an incompetent and corrupt administration for years. One such example of Islamabad's exploitation is the current status of medical practitioners in the region who, in spite of working round the clock, have not been given permanent job status.
Demanding regularization of their jobs and salaries at par with the doctors serving in Pakistan, medical practitioners from across the illegally occupied Gilgit-Baltistan recently held a press conference in Gilgit. They claim that they have been working relentlessly in government hospitals across Gilgit-Baltistan. However, they blame the local administration continues to deny them their basic salaries. The doctors have closed down outpatient department services in the government hospitals while still continuing to serve in the emergency wards.
शायद हुकूमत की प्रायोरिटी में हेल्थ बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, तो अगर हमें बहुत दुख है, आज दिली अजियत पहुंची है हमें कि हम अपने अवाम की मजीद खिदमत नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारे पास अपनी जॉब सिक्योरिटी के लिए इसके अलावा कोई रास्ता भी तो नहीं बचा. अगर इसके अलावा कोई भी रास्ता होता तो हम कभी भी अवाम की खिदमत से अपने आप को अलग नहीं करते.
हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री अपने पास रखी कि मेरे पास जज्बा है, इसको मैं ठीक करूंगा, मैं डॉक्टर लेकर आऊंगा. ठीक है, 4-5 डॉक्टर कंसल्टेंट आपके कहने पे आके सर्विस दी, अपना फ्यूचर दाव पे लगा के 6-6 महीने तक आपने इनकी तनख्वाहों को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्सटेंड नहीं करके उनको जलील किया, उनके चूल्हे बुझाए. उसके बावजूद अवाम की खिदमत में उधर खड़े रहे, लेकिन आखिर में आपने उनके साथ क्या किया, सीएम साहब को जवाब देना होगा.
The local government, which is hand in glove with the federal administration, has been complicit in the systematic suppression of doctors and has made no tangible efforts to support the cause of the lifesavers. Alarmingly poor medical facilities have further added to the woes of the residents in the region. Locals hold the puppet administration under Islamabad's control accountable for the situation.
At least 2 persons were killed and several others wounded when unidentified men opened fire on worshippers exiting a church after the Sunday service in Balochistan's Quetta city. After the attack, the community members staged a protest and blocked roads, disrupting traffic, alleging government's failure to end attacks on the Christians.
Two members of the beleaguered Christian community were killed on Sunday in Balochistan's Quetta city when unknown gunmen opened fire on a small group that had just left a local church. The churchgoers were on their way home in Quetta when 2 men on a motorcycle began shooting at them, local police said. 8 wounded in the attack were taken to hospital and 2 people were pronounced dead. Members of Quetta's Christian community later protested the shooting by blocking roads and burning car and bicycle tires.
ये चर्च के सामने फायरिंग हुआ था। ये जो ज़ख्मी अफराद थे जिनका ताल्लुक मसीह बिरादरी से था और हम लोगों ने ज़ख्मियों को फौरी तौर पे बीएमसी हॉस्पिटल मुंतकिल किया। बाद अज़ा ज़ख्मियों में 2 की हालत नाजुक थी जो बीएमसी हॉस्पिटल में दम तोड़ गए और अब जामबाग 2 अफराद को ईदी एम्बुलेंसेस के ज़रिए ईदी नवाकिली मरकज़ में ईदी सरखाने में शिफ्ट कर दिया गया है।
Balochistan is plagued by violence by Sunni Islamist sectarian groups linked to the Taliban, Al-Qaeda and Islamic State. It also has an indigenous ethnic Baloch insurgency fighting the central government.
In news from Afghanistan, Afghan political parties on Sunday reiterated calls to the government and to the Independent Election Commission or IEC to pave the way for them to play a greater role in the election process. The parties threatened to suspend their cooperation if the poll management body fails to address their demands.
Officials from Afghanistan's mainstream political parties on Sunday reiterated calls to the Afghan government and to the Independent Election Commission or IEC to pave the way for them to play a greater role in the election process. The parties also threatened to suspend their cooperation with the IEC if the poll body fails to address their demands. Some of the representatives said the election strategy for their participation was sent to the government, to the international community and to the IEC months ago, but no action has been taken till date.
اگر چنین برخورد دوگانه باشه ما حداقل که میتونیم گفته ایست که با کمیسیون انتخابات همکاری خود در حال تعلیق در خود آوردیم.
یکی از طرف‌ها کمیسیون است، یکی از طرف‌ها دولت است، یکی از طرف‌ها احزاب سیاسی در افغانستان است. وقتی یکی از این ابعاد به یک پروسه کلان ملی همکاری نکنه واضح است که این پروسه در مجموع با چالش روبرو میشه.
The IEC, on the demand of political parties, has said that it is legitimate, but in order to make this happen, the election law would need to be amended, and there is no time left for this. Afghanistan is scheduled to hold its parliamentary and district council polls in October this year.
More news from Afghanistan. A 3-day watercolor exhibition began in Afghanistan's Herat province on Saturday. The event displayed different paintings, many of which portrayed women's lives in the country.
A 3-day watercolor exhibition titled Zamzama or Whisper opened on Saturday at the Herat University in Afghanistan. The paintings, many of which are portraits, are by a female artist Parwana Nabizada, who is also a lecturer at the university. As the exhibition was open, many students flocked to view the artwork and appreciated the messages behind each painting, which mostly depicted lives of Afghan women.
پیام‌هایش هم بسیار پیام‌های جالب هستند از هر نقطه افغانستان هر درد افغانستان رو بیان کردن مخصوصا خانم‌ها و آقایان
زن‌های امروزی مثلا به طور آزاد اینا نشان میده و این نقاشی باعث از این میشه که زن فکر کنه که آزاده یعنی میتونه در این جامعه آزادانه فکر کنه آزادانه کاری که دوست داره انجام بده.
Afghan women in the partially conservative country are still fighting for their rights and equal status as men. Such events are just another initiative to portray women's life in Afghanistan.
An Indian student recently attempted to create 5 Guinness World Records by performing various yoga poses in India's southern Coimbatore city. The 16-year-old girl has won several national and international competitions. She now aspires to win gold for India in rhythmic gymnastics at the Olympics.
Indian student Vaishnavi attempted to create 5 Guinness World Records recently by performing as many yoga poses in India's southern Coimbatore city. The 16-year-old held a Nataraj pose, performed contortion chest rolls for 20 meters, put 6 eggs in cups using her feet while in a contortion chest stand, performed chin stand for 7 minutes and burst balloons between her back and head by bending backwards. The awestruck audience clapped and cheered at each of the teenagers' immaculate attempts.
My ambition is to represent the India in Olympics and to get a gold medal in rhythmic gymnastics. I will do that.
High school student Vaishnavi has won several local, national and international competitions. She hopes to win gold for India in rhythmic gymnastics at the Olympics.
Devotees in India's northeastern Itanagar city offered prayers at a Buddhist temple to celebrate Sankain or the Buddhist New Year. The devotees also made offerings to Lord Buddha in the form of water for a symbolic spiritual cleaning.
People in Itanagar city of India's northeastern Arunachal Pradesh province offered prayers at a Buddhist temple on the beginning of the splashy traditional water festival recently to mark change in season. Sankain festival, traditionally known as the Theravada Buddhist New Year, is celebrated every year where devotees make offerings to Lord Buddha in the form of water for a symbolic spiritual cleansing. The occasion is marked with lots of enthusiasm, fervor and ritualistic prayers.
जब वेदर क्लाइमेट चेंजिंग की उस पर जो है एंट्री करने से पहले तो बुद्धिस्ट लोग ये इसमें पानी खेलकर पानी ऑफरिंग टू बुद्धा तो इस तरह से ये सेलिब्रेट करके जो है एंट्री करता है ये वेदर पर निर्भर कर अब ये समर वेदर आ रहा है तो अभी आज से जो है आप देखिएगा रात जो है छोटी होगी और दिन बड़ी होगा और फिर विंटर में वही चेंज रात बड़ी होता है फिर दिन छोटी तो ये इस आधार पर जो है ये संख्यान जो है सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है.
People offer homemade sweets and food items to share the happiness of the lunar year beginning. The water splashing on people and on the plants symbolize spiritual cleansing in order to begin the new year without sins and impurities.
People in India's southern Kerala province thronged to temples to celebrate the Malayalam New Year or Vishu with traditional fervour on Sunday. The festival is celebrated to mark a year of prosperity and happiness.
People in India's southern Kerala province thronged temples to celebrate the Malayalam New Year or Vishu with traditional fervour on Sunday. Celebrated on the first day of Malayalam month Medam, people on this day arrange fruit, vegetables, silk and gold on a platter and present them as offering to the Hindu Lord Krishna. The occasion is marked with lots of enthusiasm, fervour and ritualistic prayers.
Vishu is our new year, so we have a get-together, family get-together the day before, and we do all the decoration for Lord Krishna. The yellow flower is very important, and we keep fruits, vegetables and decorate Krishna. And early morning we get up at 4 o'clock with closed eyes and see the Vishukani.
People believe that seeing the Kani or wealth will herald a year of prosperity and happiness to the beholder. Vishu also signifies the beginning of the main harvest season in Kerala.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
You're watching TEG TV.